Hello guys, Twitter and Bricks here, hope you're all keeping well. So today I bring you quite a cool video. Today we have my second episode of Lego Versus, and today we have the SW Bricks and Figs Custom Speeder and ATRT against the 501st Battle Pack ATRT and Speeder. Awesome job done by SW, really shortening down, making this sleeker, and really transforming the ATRT into a build we haven't seen yet. But let's not wait any longer, let's jump straight into it and start comparing the ATRTs. So guys, we'll start off with a dead quick overview of the Lego 501st one, and then we will do the SW Bricks one. Lego 501st one, I do like the top half of it. I think it is really awesome. It looks really cool. I feel as if there was a real life ATRT we could look at. I feel as if the top, how sleek and narrow it is, I think would be kind of what it looks like. They've really made it a much tighter and more narrow build now. With it being so big, we've got the use of the control panel on the top, some clips on the back there to hold binoculars and a blaster. Cool little add-on bits, I think, utilising space there really well. My bad for not having that straight. I like the use of the grills and this piece here. It does kind of give it that mechanical look. However, I wish there was something for this piece to fasten into. It just kind of dangles there and moves around for no real reason. I don't really understand why. The front, a much more compact, more tighter, less of a domey look. I really like the 2013 look. It looked very well protecting the things. However, the more I look at this, the more I realise it's actually quite a sleek and more narrow design. Really does make this look like a fast attack vehicle. And obviously it's a one-man vehicle, I think, with its tight look. One thing that lets it down tremendously on the front is this stupid stud shooter. Why on earth they gave us such an awesome battle pack with such a stupid little stud shooter. They use a mixel joint, so we've got the posability, we've got movement from all directions of this set. It is really awesome. However, they give us a tiny little stud shooter that is so stupid. They definitely could give us a blaster looking cannon on the front that would be accurate. Compared to the 2013 one, where we can only move it left and right, we've got the ability and the posability to move it up and down, left and right, diagonally, wherever you want it. Why give us the stud shooter? I think it's just a massive letdown. The legs aren't as built up as they were in the 2013 one. We've definitely lost a lot of the grates and things off there, a lot of the tile build and stuff, which gives us a lot more movement in the legs, which helps us push this set right down and make it look somewhat smaller than it really is. Good use of a couple of stickers here and there. The feet are a much better design, however they're still quite big and chunky. They're no longer on top of each other. There isn't a massive stupid gap in the middle. It is quite tight there. Yeah, it's just a Lego build that, unfortunately in my eyes, is just a bit too big and is well and truly and utterly outclassed by this SW Bricks is custom one. Moving on to the SW Bricks Custom ATRT, we'll start at the top and work our way down at the bottom like we had before. So head on, I think it looks really quite cool. There isn't as much of a dome shape here. However, once again, the fig sits in there quite nicely and it still looks quite sleek and fast attack-like. Still looks very good from the side, and it's still as narrow, if not a lot more narrow now, with there not being such a wide hip section on the official battle pack ATRT. Unfortunately, we haven't got the clips there anymore, which is a shame. I think they were quite a good little play feature. Maybe something that anyone who was to pick this setup could probably add in. You could probably attach the clips maybe on the side instead of having the grills, or potentially on the back if you had the room. However, I would definitely be keeping the grills on the side, as they kind of make it look a bit more like a moving vehicle. They give it that industrial look. Also, really good use of this little clip here onto the one jumper plate. It's not it's not what holds the front section, but I think it really does look cool. Obviously, with it having the slight kind of spring effect in the midsection here, that really does help it out a lot, I think. It gives it a very industrial and good look. As well as that, maybe he could have added something in, so we could have utilised that control panel. However, all in all, what an absolutely awesome job he's done on the top section alone, just making it look a lot better. Get rid of some of the stuff you don't need, really narrowing it down both in length and in width. Especially down this midsection here, a dead simple, easy way to make this up. Slightly wider than the Republic Bricks one. However, we are probably half the size of the 501st Battle Pack one from Lego. Thank the maker, he's used a mixel joint and made this blaster. What an awesome job he's done there, utilizing the posability of a mixel joint and really really doing an awesome job of making, I think, a cannon that is accurate to this AT-AT in particular. Really awesome job, and you get it from all angles, which is the exact way the AT-AT is supposed to be used in Star Wars. It is a fast attack mobile unit, and the mixel joint really does give it that fast attack and mobile look to it, especially with the blaster being posable in nearly any direction. Moving on to the legs, really good use of the 2 blue domes, really signifying this is a 501st unit. And I think on the AT-AT from Republic Bricks we only got 1, so I like how there's 2 there. Give it that kind of shield look, as well as maybe some cover over some mechanical components, in theory, I suppose. The leg build was really simple, and I think is really good. It's very basic. It isn't too hard. It isn't an absolute nightmare. There isn't too much to it. It is simple and looks good. One thing I think he maybe could have made look a little bit better was the feet. I think there's a very basic look to the feet, and I've noticed that you tend to catch this front long piece here. I'll take you from the side. If you catch it on the toe section, it will just come off, and which I think is kind of a shame. However, obviously that's just down to someone. You have to be a bit more careful with that. Watch yourself, make sure you don't pop that off all the time. I like the use of the blue grill, especially on the front as well. Just using the colour pieces you get to really bring this set to life is awesome. However, one thing I think that lets the legs down a little bit is the fact that we're on clips rather than the stiffened joints. With it being on clips, it just kind of free flows really well, which is a shame. However, there isn't too much weight in it. When you put it in a position, it doesn't fall, it doesn't sag anywhere. Just if you shake it, it will eventually fall down, so just be careful for playability with that part. However, an absolutely awesome job on this. It definitely deserves a rate of probably 8 or 9 out of 10. Definitely leaps and bounds better than the official Lego one, and a very mockable piece, and he should be exceptionally proud of himself for making such an awesome little build like that. As well as that, before I move on to speeders, the build process using the videos was really a massive help. Most custom builds come in PDF form, which I think sometimes you can't really see what pieces you're supposed to be using. It can be confusing and things like that. Whereas having someone talk you through the building process as well as showing you, I think was really helpful. There's a couple of parts in this where you probably could get confused, and I would get confused knowing me. However, with him going through the whole process with you, there's no way you can get confused, no way you can make a mistake. He really does. He really has outdone this as an awesome custom build for sure. Okay, so moving on to the speeders. We'll start off with the Lego one, the official Lego one, then we'll move on to SWs. There's a bit more of a more in-depth look of this on my channel in the previous video. I'll link that down below. However, I'll just do literally dead quick overview. The back section on this is absolutely awesome. I love the back section on it, as well as the pods on the side. Lego have done an excellent job of renewing the back and the side of this. Really making it look a bit more like a speeder bike from the back and things like that. The handlebar section is awesome with posability and movability there in the arms, utilizing that so you can really get some cool poses as if you were turning or you know, speeding the bike away. And I also really like this midsection point here. It's kind of like engine detail. There looks like an air intake. There looks like exhausts, or you know, anything you could really think of there. I suppose it's also a really good place to hold it from. With there being the grooves there, you can really grip onto that there. Moving down the front, we've got this really long slope which is awesome. Down to what lets this set down completely, and the 2 horrible headlights or eyeballs, whatever you want to call them. Horrible little stud shooter blasters. As I've said before, yes, it's a playtoy, I understand they've got to be there. However, I just really dislike them. They are ugly and horrible and really ruin the streamlined, aggressive look of this build. However, it is one of my favourite builds definitely one of my favourite speeders that Lego have made. So I'm sure I gave this about an 8 out of 10. Quite hard to knock off its stool. However, SW's come along and gave it a very, very good crack with this very, very good looking 501st speeder. Starting off at the back again and working our way forward. I would have liked to have seen the back maybe a little bit higher. I don't think there was anything particularly wrong with the back build of the Lego 501st Battle Pack variant. However, I understand why he's had to scale this down, because if you look at the size difference in these mocks, he has took off about 4 to 6 studs in length, really compacting this speeder down. So I suppose if it was to be shortened, I suppose I had to lose a little bit of the height. The pods on the side is the exact same as you would find in the 501st Battle Pack. I'm glad he didn't change them, as I think there's nothing wrong with that. The back portion of the build is fairly similar. Once again, he talks through the entire build process, which is awesome and really does help you. The handlebars are the same. You still get the the posability and things in the arms and things, so you can make it look as if you are taking a corner and stuff and pose it in quite an awesome way and things. I'm glad we haven't lost that. I think with it being closer to the figure, I think the movement isn't as much. However, it is still a good little feature, and I'm glad he kept that involved with this build. One thing I was quite sad to see go was the underbit, like I said, like the air intake and the exhaust. I was quite sad to see that go. I thought that was a really fun little build. However, I suppose with it also being about a whole plate shorter, I think there wouldn't be enough room to fit all that in there to make it look as cool and as streamlined as it does. Really good use of the single jumper plates the entire width down here, not really wasting any time, and good transition from the grey to the blue, I think, rather than have like blue grey, just nice grey at the front, then straight in the blue. Really does look cool. Down at the front section is what I think is really improved. We have lost that ugly, horrible front, probably about a whole half size more narrower than it was. However, there's no visible point of blasters. I just wish that maybe there was something he could have done to capture the blaster look. If he could have put maybe a 2x1 plate in somewhere, or just something to try and show there is blasters there. I don't know. That could maybe be something that he looks into himself to try and adjust. However, this is a definite, I'd probably say 9, if not 10 out of 10. The only thing I think that lets this set down is the fact that it hasn't got like a blaster look to it. Really awesome set. I rave over the Battle Pack speeders. It's my favourite part. I don't rave about the AT-RTs, as it's just unfortunate Lego just don't make a decent one. However, this Lego 501st one is an excellent platform to be modded and customized, and SW has well and truly customized and modded this to nigh on perfection. A definite 9 or 10 out of 10. Really, really awesome job, and full credit him for making this. And once again, the same process with the instructions, going through it all with you step by step, was awesome as well. Not a single part on it could be confusing if it was on a PDF form. However, just really cool, handy thing to have there. Being able to see someone else put it together, so you can basically copy off it. Really enjoyed the build process. So we'll get the sets back together and we'll see which one is better. So guys, here's the two sets put back together. Which one is better, here you ask? And without a shadow of a doubt, the clear winner and the better set is SW's custom. He did an absolutely stellar job. He has perfected, I think, the what Lego couldn't. Removing the horrible ugly headlights on the front, scaling down what was quite a long and tall speeder. Not really something I noticed until now. However, absolutely awesome job. He should be very, very happy with himself for making an awesome build like that. However, what he has killed the living daylights out of is the AT-RT. He has converted quite a much more improved, but still quite ugly and kind of useless AT-RT, so to speak, and made it into a very mockable, playable and enjoyable set for anyone. And the building process was clear as day, saving you so many pieces from both battle packs, and just overall making something look like it should in Star Wars. I think he did an absolutely awesome job. Everything you need for SW's Instagram and YouTube, all the links to videos and the link for his Instagram will be in the description box below. Please go check him out if you haven't already. But that is it for today's video, guys. Please, if you like this video, drop me a like. If you like my content, drop me a subscribe. That could be massively helpful. And if you haven't already, go check out my Instagram, 21_bricks_. So yeah, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thank you for watching.